First of all, it's great to be with all of you this evening, and I know that as you sit out here in the audience, you're saying, my God, I came here for dinner, and now I got to listen. And I apologize, but you're going to have to listen just for a few minutes because I have to work for my dinner tonight, and so you get to have the opportunity to hear me. But I will tell you that as I think about Korea, a lot of you, I can't see all of you, but I can tell you many of you were not around in 1967 when I was stationed in Korea. And when I see the progress that has happened since then, it's just phenomenal what the Korean people have been able to do. And the energy and the drive and the entrepreneurialism and the ability to take a country, and I was joking at the table, I remember in '67, the honey buckets coming down the street in Daegu where I was living at the time. And it was a tough period of time in 1967. Of course, it was during the Vietnam War. And I thought I was pretty lucky because I didn't go to Vietnam, I wound up going to Korea. But a lot of you in this room may not know that the Korean Army was very successful in Vietnam. It was so successful that the North Koreans were asked, in my opinion, I don't know this for sure, but we suspect that the Chinese asked them to create trouble in Korea to bring the Korean Army back. And so they started a guerrilla war. I had a chance to go out in the field, and they were going to bring a ship to attack. The ship blew its engine, so the people came on shore. And I remember chasing them back to Ulsan. There's a little city in the eastern, northeastern part of Korea. And that was the first skirmish, didn't get into the news. And so several months later, they actually took the Pueblo. You all remember that incident. And the Pueblo was taken to bring the Korean Army back to Korea because they were too successful in supporting the United States in Vietnam, and it actually worked. And so that was a major shift as I saw what's happening in this country and the power of the Korean people. And it taught me that when people have enormous freedom to act, and they choose to act responsibly, as the Korean society has done since that period of time I was there, what you have is phenomenal success, and you heard the success of this country being one of the leading economies in the world today, which is a great tribute to all of you here who are from Korea, and also the American counterparts who did a lot to help during that period of time. Now, AIG's been there for roughly since 1954, and so we've been there a long time. In fact, we're there a little longer than this group, and that's part of the heritage. In fact, AIG's in 90 countries today. We have over 65,000 people, so the honor for me is really about being part of AIG, and it's not about Bob Benmosche, it's really about the people of AIG and our enormous heritage, just like you're now developing in Korea. And so we've been successful around the globe. In fact, what's interesting is when we think about AIG, when I got to AIG, we were looking at owing the United States government $182 billion. Not only did we owe the United States government $182 billion, but we almost had $180 billion of debt we owed to other people. I mean, this is called a crisis. It's a big crisis. And today, because of what the people of AIG have done, the United States government is probably owed less than $30 billion today. Still a big number, but it's not $182 billion. And we've dramatically reduced that debt to we're now below $80 billion. And continuing to move south. And so that's part of the power of this organization, the power of our heritage, and it talks about the importance of heritage, and it's the importance of people coming together about solving problems and doing wonderful things. And so I'm pretty proud to be part of that organization. And when they talked about Jeff Heyman this evening, if you notice, we introduced him as the CEO of Chartis Consumer Business. And Chartis is the AIG property and casualty business. So every time we talk about Chartis, we've been saying maybe the people were wrong 3 years ago, because when I got to AIG, they said AIG is gone, it's finished, the brand will never come back, no one will ever speak of AIG in good terms anymore, and yet we describe our Chartis business as AIG's property and casualty business. So we're thinking about, since everybody knows who AIG is and not who Chartis is, why don't we just call ourselves who we are? So we are considering just being AIG, being proud of what we accomplished, and we're proud to support this society. We're proud of our history working together with all of you. And as you know, we have the large building, the International Financial Center in Seoul. We're continuing to commit capital and resources to the country. We have over 500 employees there, 1,600 agents, and a huge operation which is going to continue to grow. So we expect our relationship together to be strong, vibrant, continue to go forward. It's an area we want to invest in, and we're looking forward to a very successful future. So I thank you very much for the honor for AIG, and appreciate being with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. If we could bring to the stage Ambassadors Hubbard and Ambassador Minton for the presentation of the first Van Fleet Award. And Bob, if we could ask you to come back up.
Oh, come back up, okay. Does that mean you want me to do it over again?
Encore.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
But allow us to present you our award. Let me just say before we present this Van Fleet Award to Bob that I can't. We're grateful to you for spending the evening with us, and as one who spent the greater part of the last 50 years in Asia, I can't tell you how happy I am to see AIG back.
Thank you very much.
We can celebrate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Benmosche.